Hey everybody, I'm Lee Olsen, Equine, and I'm glad you're here today because I got something that I know is going to help some horse owners and some farriers out there. So, we're working on barrel horses today. Love these things. And this is a nice horse, open level, professional rodeo horse, okay? So this horse has been struggling quite a bit. He's been gone, he's been on the road, he's been lame after shoeing the last few times of shoeing. So, let's dive into what that is. So this horse comes in with leather pads on. And it's the only way to keep him healthy. And 2 times ago, this horse was so lame, he's switching back and forth, can't stand on either of his front feet or his hind feet, okay? So they have him in soft rides, and at the end of the cycle, he gets better. So what do they say? Pads. Well, the reason why pads worked is because this horse was severely over-trimmed. So how do we get to that way? Everybody makes mistakes. It's nobody's fault. Every farrier has over-trimmed a horse. But horse owners and vets always push for a short toe. They want it set back. And I get it. You want to prevent injuries, and I get it. But you have to remember, we're looking out for this horse no matter what we do. So look at these feet right here. So when you look at this foot right here, this one that we just shod, you could look at it and think, wow, yeah, that looks good, but you know, it looks a little long. Well, he's a little sound. Actually, he's completely sound without pads. So I don't know how many times in my career I've probably over-trimmed horses and then put a pad on top of it. So if we could just use our heads a little bit, back up and think maybe leave a little bit more foot on it, that's probably the better plan for the horse and the and the horse owner. Because the fact is, horses do better without pads in barrel racing, in my opinion. But if they need it, that's not an excuse. I know people that don't put pads on their horses that need them. This is just an instance to where I would say, this horse, leave a little bit more foot on. The short version is, he's easy to over-trim. So this horse is at 8 weeks, and I just lightly trimmed him. I'm talking lightly. And we got some x-rays taken, and you can tell that everything looks pretty good. Palmar angle looks good. There's no need to go after this horse. So we're just gonna leave just a little bit more foot on him. And let me show you what that looks like. So we torched it a little bit too, but ultimately this would look a lot better if I cleaned all this up, and especially for Facebook or YouTube, it'd be good. But then we're gonna have to cover that up with a pad. So leaving all this extra is essentially giving them a natural pad. Next thing, so I love light rims. A lot of people use them. Probably the #1 shoe on barrel horses at the NFR. But you have to think about what's going on, okay? This horse needs some extra protection and support. So these shoes are 7/8 of an inch wide. These shoes are 5/8. Look at the difference. You can see that there's quite a bit of difference. So the more rigid they are, the less it's gonna let that foot move around, more foot it's gonna protect. So next thing, hammering out the inside of your shoe like this. That's what I did, and then I ran a grinder around it when I was done. So that's what a normal shoe looks like fresh out of the box. Pretty easy to do. You just hammer the inside down, then level it up, touch it with the grinder if you want. But this is the end result. It creates more depth this way. So that, you can see the sole depth there isn't very much. Look at the sole depth here, and it's a lot. So that's just one way to gather up some depth. What are the takeaways here? Takeaways are, I love leather pads. I love 3D pads. I love heart bars. I love all that stuff. But try to keep the least amount of extra stuff on your horses that you can. Well, if your horse has a problem, caudal heel failure, anything like that, they're gonna need some support. They're gonna need a pad, a bar shoe, something. This is just an instance to where if we leave a little bit more foot on them, we don't need a pad. So you got to understand the farrier's perspective though. He doesn't want to get fired because everybody loves a short toe. The owner, the vet, everybody. Well, I like sound horses. This horse has been historically lame, and now he's completely sound. So just keep in mind, if it's not working, change it. Pay attention. A lot of times we can help these horses with just a simple trim. What does that mean? Sometimes leaving more foot on them is the answer. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. God bless America, and take Jesus with you everywhere you go today.